Sisa, ideas in the realm of Gematria from the Parshah and Daf Yomi. Before I start the actual Dvar Torah, I debated whether or not to say this, but I decided that I would say it because of the timing. It was just perfect that Bava Kama is the first entire Masechta, entire tractate that I started from beginning to the end and completed each daf in Daf Yomi. And it coincides with a very unique, special idea, special thing that I've heard from someone, a Lubavitcher, a Chabad guy, told me, a friend of mine, once told me that he had a dream, and in the dream, the Alter Rebbe, the Admor HaZaken, the Baal Tanya, the first Rebbe of Chabad, Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi, came to him in a dream and came to him very focused, very intense, said to him, "Do you want to help bring Mashiach? Do you want to bring the Geulah?" He said, "Learn Bava Kama very well. Learn every detail, every halacha, everything about Bava Kama, all the concepts, all the sugyas in depth, and that will be very powerful in bringing Mashiach." Now, take it face value, take it with a grain of salt, take it how you will. Some people are dream people, some people are not. But I thought, when I heard this, I thought to myself, it's kind of strange, because I learned Bava Kama in high school, and I know basically what Bava Kama is about. Bava Kama is about the laws of damages, it starts off the four principal categories of damages. An ox gores something, or someone falls into a pit, or fire, damaging civil laws, and then as we go through, we have different cases of different combinations of these cases, and then stealing from somebody, and all these different things. And what does that have to do with Mashiach and Geulah at all? What is the connection? And I thought about that, but I thought there was a reason that it was told to me. And when debating whether to say that or not, I thought the reason, first of all, I'll say that there were some things very deep. If you meditate on the things of Bava Kama, there are some things that can connect. Hamevin Yavin, which means, those who really look into it will know. But basically, the reason I decided to say this thing is because it might help many people from this stream, specifically the Chabad stream, but I think the Torah world in general. But basically, the fact that we're starting a new Masechta, and I had finished the whole Bava Kama, every page, every daf, is what tipped the scales in having me say this. So now that we finished Bava Kama, and then it must be, according to this dream, that now we're ready to go even further into the ideas of Geulah, or we've brought him closer, or take it how you will. But in any case, this is a new format where I'm taking the avort from the Parshah, something from the Parshah, and connecting it to the daily daf. Of course, the Parshah is once a week, and there are 7 dafim a week. Every day is a daf, so it can be from any daf during that week. So this is Parshas Ki Sisa. So any daf that occurred in Parshas Ki Sisa will be connected to something in Parshas Ki Sisa. And with that said, Ki Sisa, ideas in the realm of Gematria from the Parshah and Daf Yomi, Article 1. Today, the worldwide Daf Yomi community starts a new Masechta, or tractate Bava Metzia. The first Mishnah states as follows: if two people came to court holding a garment, the word used is talis, shnaim ochsen betalis, as in a prayer shawl. Two people come holding a prayer shawl, and this one, the first litigant says, I found it, and the second litigant says, I found it. This one says, all of it is mine, and that one says, all of it is mine. How does the court adjudicate this case? This one takes an oath that he does not have ownership of less than half of it, and that one takes an oath that he does not have ownership of less than half of it, and they divide it. And that's the first part of the Mishnah on the first daf of Bava Metzia 2a, which starts on Friday, March 1st, 2024, or Yom Shishi 21 Adar Aleph of 5784. What is interesting to note is that the word talis is used, shnaim achsen batalis, as opposed to a more conventional or general term, as either beged, kasus, lavush, simla, words much more commonly used to describe garments or clothing. When every word is precise and carefully chosen, why would the word talis be used? A talis is a type of garment that is used specifically for a spiritual purpose. When it comes to spirituality, whether praying, learning, or hashkafa, one's philosophy and outlook on Torah ideas or about life in general, it is quite common that some may claim to have found the whole garment. As the words of the Mishnah say, this one says, I found it, this one says, I found it, this one says, all of it's mine, and this one says all of it's mine. If they stick to their guns and they make the oaths to their claims, at the end of the day, they need to divide it in half. Perhaps this should be the stance that all of us should start out with. That we only have half the garment. That is, we only have half the story. If even that much. Perhaps this can be one of many interpretations of the half shekel that each Jew of the right age is commanded to give towards the Mishkan, the tabernacle, mentioned in the beginning of this week's Parshah. When we come to give our offering, knowing that we only have half a shekel to give, we might then be able to see more clearly what the full value or the full picture really is. Perhaps this shekel, meaning this type of shekel, in other words, a half a shekel, is the connection to the idea of a half a talis. In Gematria, the words bishekel hazeh, this shekel, or in the shekel, or this type of shekel, the idea that we just talked about, this idea of a half a shekel, the words bishekel hazeh has a numerical value of 449. The word talis, in fact, has a numerical value of exactly 449. Have a great Shabbos.